The 150cc segment, two-wheelers, किसको target करता है? I think it's targeted at a huge demographic. It involves college goers and office goers alike. Now we have the Pulsar P150, the Yamaha FZ150, the Hero Extreme 160 to name a few in the segment. The question is that what should be a 150cc segment bike be capable of? मुझे लगता है it should be frugal, यानी कि it should have some mileage, and then it should also have some performance to keep the ride engaging. The question for the day is, does the Suzuki Gixxer SF150 have what it takes to fit the bill? Of course, you're watching Park Plus. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to stay updated to all the videos that we do, and as for the task at hand, let's get cracking. Let's start with a small walk around of the bike and understand, what it has to offer. Now, from the front, there is the LED headlamp setup, and right below it, we have the 17-inch wheels on both ends with disc brakes on either ends. Again, there's only single channel ABS. Now the front face, it has an LED headlamp setup, but I think there's a lot more potential to change the design and make it appear a little more fresh. Right above it, we have the bikini fairing, which is flanked by the stock mirrors. As you come to the side, this here is the entire sport fairing, which makes the bike look like a proper super sport. And right here, we have the double barrel exhaust with chrome accents. Now, if we look at here, this is the 140 section fat tires with the rear mudguard, the tire hugging mudguard. Now, what this does is it makes the rear tire look fatter than it already is. Again, if we come upstairs, here we have the split seat setup, and it is sculpted out so that you sit more in the bike than on it, and we have the grab rails right over here. Now we're going to talk about the riding ergos of the bike. So I am 5 feet 9 inches, 10 maybe. As I sit, my heels touch the ground, which means it's a good seat height. It is welcoming to riders of all shapes and sizes. Then there's the clip-on handlebars. As I sit on it, so while I sit like this, the clip-on handlebars make me lean a little towards the bike, towards the front end, but the foot pegs have been set, neutrally. They are not as rear set, which makes you ride in a comfortable posture. Now, the best part is, if you want to go for a little more aggressive stance, you can just lean back. There's space for that, and you can go for a little more lean stance, a little more committed riding position. Now, after that, we're going to talk about the dash. The dash is simple, and it does a fine reading of all the readabouts. We have a tachometer here, we have a speedometer here, the gear position indicator, and the Ride Connect feature, and it is Bluetooth enabled. So we have to just download the app and connect it to the phone. The best part is that I had no problem in tethering it to my phone. It was quick, and the turn-by-turn navigation also works very fine. It is quick and it is accurate as well, almost. And this makes your life easier in the traffic and on the go while you're on the move. Another feature that I could talk about is the center stand and the side stand with an engine kill feature. Now it's actually nice in terms of safety. This is again 12-liter bulbous tank. It has been designed in such a way that these extensions, they prevent your thighs from popping out when you are riding over hard potholes or bumps.
The Suzuki Gixxer SF is 2025 mm long, 715 mm wide, 1035 mm tall, and has a wheelbase of 1340 mm. It has a ground clearance of 165 mm and tips the scales at 148 kilos, which is 7 kilo heavier than the naked counterpart. The seat height is at 795 mm, which is accommodating to riders of all shapes and sizes. There are 3 colors to choose from: metallic sonic silver with pearl blaze orange, metallic triton blue, and glass sparkle black.
An interesting part is that the Gixxer SF250 looks the exact same with different colors and just a 250 stickering. Let me know in the comments what you feel about that, if you are paying 50,000 more for a more powerful bike but it looks exactly the same. And now we're gonna get to stretch its legs. Let's go. चलिए बात करते हैं Suzuki Gixxer SF150 के परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में. Now this here is powered by a single cylinder air cooled 155cc engine which is mated to a 5-speed gearbox, and it makes a good 13.6 bhp of power at 8000 rpm and 13.8 newton meters of torque at 6000 rpm. अब ये जो पावर है ये बहुत लीनियर है, so 30 to 50 kilometers per hour जो स्पीड है, that is the sweet spot of the engine. When I tried to churn the maximum out of the bike, I could only hit 116 kilometers per hour. उसके बाद power थोड़ी taper होती गई. The acceleration is very linear And otherwise, the ride quality, it's very stable. It inspires confidence in the rider to push the bike to its limits, and it's very nimble on its feet. It's only 148 kilos, and it's very agile. You can flick around, and it's very easy to filter through traffic. When it comes to the suspension of the bike, we have a monoshock at the rear and a telescopic unit at the front. The suspension is on the stiffer side of things. You will feel all the potholes, all the bumps on the road, and that is something that you might want to avoid or stay cautious when approaching these. Apart from that, on smooth roads, it's only as smooth as it gets. And when it comes to the braking setup, we have 2 disc brakes on either end for dropping the anchors, and we have a single channel ABS. The rear brake is very gradual, it has a decent bite, and it doesn't throw you off the balance or something when you press on it. But the front brake, it's a little jerky and it may take some saddle time to get used to, but it's nothing to fret about. So what's the verdict? Let's start with the pain points. Firstly, it misses out on a USB port, which is pretty much a standard these days. It gets as an accessory. It has a long turning radius, which is a pain that you can live by. Thirdly, it has some vibrations seeping into the handlebars when the bike is pushed too hard, which is seldom the case. Now for the good part. The base variant of the Suzuki Gixxer SF150 2023 model is priced at 1.37 lakh, जिसमें आपको Rider Connect feature नहीं मिलता है. And the top variant जिसमें Rider Connect feature मिलता है, that is priced at rupees 1.45 lakh. And for that price, you get a bike which has quite the street presence. It looks good. It doesn't look like a 155cc bike. Secondly, you get a refined engine of Suzuki. Thirdly, you get Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, and बहुतों के लिए ये उनकी first bike होगी. And in my books, if you are out there for a 150cc bike, then the Suzuki Gixxer SF150 makes a compelling case for itself. And on the other hand, there is a naked version of the same bike that is available, which is cheaper too. That's it for today. I am Sumesh Soman. Make sure you wear your seatbelts and your helmets. I'll see you on the next one.